But my message is don't give up and don't use excuses. My philosophy in life, man, is each one teach one. Everybody has something in them that they can share with someone that don't know it. And I feel like it would be the most selfish thing on the planet to have skills and have knowledge and don't share it while you're here. You can't take it with you.
Right.
You know, knowledge is universal. It's not personal. I should not hold it personal to me. And that's the same way with drawing. You know, it's the same way with basketball. It's the same way with just anything that I know how to do.
Right. You
It
get
is
this need to
absolutely
share it.
no good to me.
Do you get to participate? I know that some of these drawings that you've done, I know that the art teacher has done lessons on some of these. Do you still get to participate with the kids with the
All
art?
the time.
All the time.
They have an open door policy with me in that school. I can go in the art room anytime, and do whatever.
Is this one of them they have displayed at
No,
the school?
that
Not this
particular
one?
picture right there. I was looking in a ebony magazine, and it was depicting inner city youth in New York City, and it was just a kid in a magazine that was standing on a street corner with some of his other hooligan friends, um, with nothing real constructive to do in the inner city of New York, and it was just his that particular face intrigued me. So I just embarked upon drawing it. That's what I got. I get a lot of inspiration from pictures in magazines and books and stuff.
Just things that you relate to, or just
So I could that particular kid I could relate to. I could relate to a kid on the corner, hot in the summertime, with nothing to do, with the opening up the fire hydrants, causing malice and mayhem. You know,
Kind of
So-
almost bring you back to your childhood, almost, right?
Mhm. So that's what inspired me to draw that particular picture right there.
We've got another picture.
do number 5, Matt.
You want to do the? Yeah.
That particular picture right there is meaningful probably than any of the other ones that I've ever drawn. And I've drawn ones that have sold for a considerable amount of money, and I've drawn ones that to observers probably would be a much better picture. But that picture I drew when I was working at the facility for developmentally challenged kids when I was an art teacher there. Me and one of the clients embarked upon that picture right there. So that not only has me in that picture, it's a man that's like 58 years old, that's lived in group homes all of his life, has never had a meaningful relationship, and he have had to have adult supervision his entire life. He and I drew that picture right
It's
there.
a beautiful picture.
Mhm.
It
I
is.
love that. It's got a lot of emotion in it. You can
Mhm.
feel it when you look at it. I mean, just the eyes, and
Yeah, like
there's a lot of soul in that picture.
the way he's looking, just
Yeah.
like he's searching for something almost, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, so that's the story behind that.
Do you still do art for clients? Do you still do portraits for clients?
I do.
You do.
I do. It's just finding room these days to, time
because
these
you're
days
so
to do it.
busy. Yeah. When were you gonna do the last one? Did
Yeah.
you want to pull that one up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one.
That right there is an oil pastel that I actually did in about 25 minutes at Cherokee Charter
That's
in the art room. They the art teacher had put a picture of Van Gogh up there, and the assignment was for everybody to try to draw what they see as best as they could capture it.
Yeah,
And
their interpretation of it, right?
so I was passing by the art room one day, and they were doing Van Gogh, and I sat down with them and came up with that.
I love the colors.
I do the blue.
The
and
colors,
the
it's
color
vibrant.
Of his beard, they really complement each other. That was like the one that really caught my eye that I saw when we got in that conversation at the school was it was a still life, I think, of fruit. And it had the yellow and the
Yeah, that
blue,
was
and
pastel.
it was
I
really
remember the one
just
you-
really beautiful colors, and I could tell that you had just put a lot of thought into the complementary colors and the way everything was sitting, and it was just really beautiful.
Thank you.
And I can tell, even though it didn't take you that long here, you can see the colors in the beard and the blue, and they just all melt together just so beautifully.
Thank you.
It reminds me of a painting. The colors you use there, it actually reminds me of a painting, Starry Night painting. You know the one I'm
Van
talking-
Gogh. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I know
cool.
which one you're talking
It
about.
when I saw that and I saw those colors, I said, man, it really just
it has that blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful and vibrant.
And the look on his face, his eyes, they're just very
Even the color of his eyes, yeah. It's amazing. You're really talented, Spencer.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. I mean, I'm sure you know that. And the art, I find it really cool that you say you have an open door, because I bet it's a treat whenever you come in there to the art class. I bet people are like, they kind of spark up and they say, "Oh man, this is going to be an exciting class," you know.
They always spark up when they see Mr. Spencer.
All right.
though,
Well, even
like-
when we mention you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like when you see him up there at the school and the kids are giving him hugs and their eyes are just so big, and they love you.
Well, thank you.
It's good for the kids to have that, you know, because like you said, they're young, impressionable, and it's nice to have, no matter, even if it's just a little word you say, a word of encouragement, or even just a nice nod or something that makes a difference in a kid, you know, because there might be some kids, like you said, that their home life, maybe it's not the best, but when they come to school, like you were saying, that's kind of like, you know what, I'm excited to come to school. I get to talk with my friends. I get to see the teachers, Mr. Spencer, and it makes my day.
Well, I think you make them feel like more than just. You make them feel like an individual. Like they're more than just a child. They're more than just a second thought. Like you took the moment to say hey, or give them a high five, or open a packet of ketchup, or whatever it is. It's those little things, even to a kid.
You show that they matter.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, man. If it's anything really that if I could sum up everything that I've talked about here today. If I had a message for any youngster, it probably would be, all of us have to start somewhere. All of us have to start off from somewhere. We all, not all, but a lot of us come from starts that wasn't necessarily the most ideal in the world, But my message is, don't give up and don't use excuses. I meet a lot of kids when working in these juvenile detention centers that use excuses like, I don't know my dad, I don't know my mom, you don't know my situation, you don't know my situation. But we can't allow our situations to define us.